my dears, my ninth graders, welcome again to this lesson. In this lesson, we will do the exercises for part 2 of our story, God Sees the Truth But Waits. So please open your literature book on part 2 and in particular open on exercises of part 2. We will do them together, then you will have to do them on your book. 182 on the exercise that telling you to choose the correct answer for the following. So, section A, reading comprehension. Number 1. Axionov's wife went to the jail with some friends, her parents, or her children. Your answer should be her children. Number 2. Axionov's wife asked him if he was getting enough food, had killed the merchant, or would be home soon. Of course, the answer is B, had killed the merchant. Number 3, Aksionov lived in Siberia for about 10 years, for 26 years, or for 30 years. Your answer should be yes, B, for 26 years. Stole a horse, killed a man, stole some money. Your answer should be yes, A, that he stole a horse. Number 5, Aksionov learned that his wife was still alive, his children had died, his children were rich. Your answer should be C, his children were rich. Number 6, which statement is true? Aksionov liked Semevich. Aksionov believed what Semevich said. Aksionov thought that Semevich had killed the merchant, and the answer should be C, that Aksionov thought that Semevich had killed the merchant. Convicts were brought in. Aksionov sat down near the newcomers. What are newcomers? A. People who have just arrived, people who are young, or people who have done something wrong. Your answer should be yes, A. People who have just arrived. Number 8. One of the convicts was a man who was strong and vigorous. The word vigorous means very sad, powerful and full of life, or quiet and shy. Your answer should be B, powerful and full of life. Aksionov covered his face with his hands and burst into tears. The idiom burst into tears means fell asleep, dropped to the ground, or suddenly began to cry. Your answer should be C, suddenly began to cry. Number 10, Semevich took a horse because he was in a hurry to get home. When you are in a hurry, you move quickly, are in trouble, or are in a crowd. Your answer should be A, that move quickly. My dears, to page 183. Exercise A, checking comprehension. Here we have some questions, and you will have to answer them from part 2. Number 1. When Aksionov's wife went to the jail, whom did she take with her? She took her children with her. Number 2. What did Aksionov want to send to the king? He wanted to send a letter. Number 3. Where was Aksionov sent? He was sent to a prison camp in Siberia. Number 4. How long did he live there? He lived there for 26 years. He lived there for 26 years. Aksionov's head. His hair turned as white as snow. Number 6. How often did Aksionov laugh? He never laughed. Number 7. How old was Makar Semevich? He was about 60 years old. Number 8. What town did Semevich come from? He came from Vladimir. He came from Vladimir. Number 9. What happened to Aksinov's children? They became rich. Number 10. Who did Aksinov think killed the merchant? He thought that Semevich killed the merchant. Move on to page 184, and here we have part A. Put the events in the order in which they occurred. You may look back at the story. Here you have some events that happened in part 2, and you will have to reorder them depending of when did they happen in the story in the order. Now I will give you the answer. Then you will have to do them in your book. Number 1 is E. Number 2, C. Number 3, A. Number 4, H. Number 5, G. Number 6, D. Number 7, F. And number 8 is B. Page 185, here you have some vocabularies or some words that you have to add them to complete the following sentences. I will read them to you. Innocent, permission, petition, reply, surprised, fainted, refused, obvious, remarkable, misfortune, misfortune. Now, I will do them for you from 1 to 10. Number 1, at first Aksinov's wife could not see him, but later she was given permission to visit. Number 2, when Aksinov's wife saw him in prison clothes, she fainted and fell to the ground. Number 3, Aksinov hoped that he would be set free because he knew that he was an innocent man. Number 4, Aksinov wanted to send a letter to the king, but his wife had already sent the king a petition. Number 5, the king said no to the wife's request. He refused to consider it. Number 6, Aksinov did not answer his wife. He did not reply. Number 7, everyone thought that Aksinov had killed the merchant. Even Aksinov's wife suspected him. Number 8, Semevich said it is obvious that the man who killed the merchant was the man who had the bloody knife. Number 9, Aksinov did not like to talk about his bad luck, so he never discussed his misfortune. Number 10, Semevich slapped himself on the knee and said, "Why, this is amazing, really remarkable." Page 186. Fill in the blanks in each sentence to form the past perfect tense. You will complete with the past perfect tense, الفعل الماضي التام. Remember to use had plus the past participle. What do you mean by past perfect? It means that you should add had with past participle. Past participle, it is verb 3, التصريف الثالث للفعل. So, past perfect, it means الفعل الماضي التام. When I ask you to fill with past perfect, you add had, then you add verb 3 of the verb between brackets. Number 1, Aksinov told his wife everything that had taken place. Number 2, his wife. Now here you have two spaces, فراغين, one for had, the other for verb 3. So had already sent its star to be sent a petition to the king. Now you will continue from number 3 until 7 and I will give you the answers. Number 3, had stayed. Number 4, had not stolen. Number 5, had heard. 6, you should write had died. And number 7, had killed. This is past perfect. Had plus verb 3. Tells you to put present perfect وهو الفعل المضارع التام. Instead of had and verb 3, you should put has or have with verb 3. You know that has for singular, has للمفرد, and have for plural, have you use it for plural الجمع. So from 8 to 14, you should put present perfect المضارع التام has or have with verb 3. Now for 8, it should be, now I, it take have, so I have been. Number 9, you have Aksinov, has not seen. Number 10, he has never, of course, gone. 11, his children have often thought from think. And you have some of it said the children have worked hard. 13, Aksinov has always tried. Verb 3, tried. And be careful how to write tried. The last one, Semevich said, if someone had put a knife in your bag, that would surely wake. It should be woken, of course, but you should, for that singular, you put has woken you up. So my dears, by this we end the exercises or the exercises that you should study for the story of God Sees the Truth But Waits part 2. You should write them or write the answers in your literature book and send the answers to me so I will check them for you. Thank you. Bye bye.